It's recording. Let's hope it records the whole thing this time. I'm just gonna right click. Alright. Good morning, Mr. Hastings. How are you?
Doing well, sir.
It's nice to talk to you again. So I just kind of wanted to let you know I'm from 60 Minutes. I'm just going to be getting some more information about your Netflix project and this kind of competition you guys have going on. So just a couple of general questions. Yeah, that's about it.
Right.
So we'll go ahead and get started. So I use Netflix on a weekly basis, and it's become a staple of American culture. I think it provides a lot of entertainment value to Americans, but it hasn't always been that way. It's not a very old company, so how'd you get the idea for this?
So I guess I got the idea for Netflix after my company Pure Software was acquired. I had a really big late fee for the movie Apollo 13. It was 6 weeks late, and I owed the video store around $40, and I had misplaced the movie. I had no idea where it was. It was entirely my fault, and I didn't want to tell my wife about it because I was too embarrassed. So I said to myself, I'm going to compromise the integrity of my marriage over a late fee. Really? Like, why am I doing this? So later, when I was on my way to the gym, I realized that the gym had a very much improved business model. You could pay $30 or $40 a month for your gym membership and work out as little or as much as you wanted. It was completely up to the customer.
Wow. That's a great story. Thanks for the insight. So everyone wants to see those movies that are the most newly released, but obviously that's a problem for Netflix because it costs a lot to stock those movies. So how does Netflix balance meeting customer needs while still running a profitable business and keeping a low inventory of those expensive movies?
So what we've done is we've put a filter in place between the output of our recommendation system and the results shown to each individual subscriber in order to eliminate recommendations for movies that we don't have in inventory, so for those out-of-stock films. So this reduces the likelihood of an individual customer requesting movies that are unavailable, which means that new movies are rarely on someone's recommendation list due to the fact that they are generally unavailable because they're rented out very quickly.
Okay, so other than just, the customer's not recommending the movie, are there any other benefits that this filter in the recommendation system provides?
Yeah, so really for the benefit, I guess, for us as opposed to the customer is the fact that new releases are really on those lists, allows us to increase the utilization of our entire library. So we're able to recommend maybe movies that have been out for maybe 6 to 12 months, and then we're able to get those movies out into the marketplace as well. So that way we're not holding on to as much inventory, and that customers are still being able to watch a movie that they're somewhat interested in. And it also allows us to not have to purchase as many copies of those newly released movies that have just come out of theaters, as opposed to our competitors at the brick and mortar stores. Less than 30% of our total rentals are for those new releases, whereas about 70% of their total rentals are for those new releases. So we're allowed to not purchase as many copies of those new movies, which tend to be more expensive anyway.
Wow. So you said 30% compared to 70%?
That's right.
Oh, that's incredible. So it obviously seems like the Cinematch algorithm's been effective for Netflix, and it's definitely provided some competitive advantages in the marketplace. Why are you looking to mix things up and change a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it's been competitive advantage for us. We collect more data on our customers than any of our competitors, so that is an advantage that we try and maximize if we can. It's been great for our business, and it's helped us grow immensely over the years. But lately, progress on the software, or on the algorithm rather, has stalled. We're kind of seeing diminishing returns as it relates to the algorithm providing our customers with data that recommends effective movies to them, and we're struggling to increase our subscribership and retain our subscribers as well. And mostly that's due to the fact that the main metric that we use for the Cinematch algorithm is called the root mean standard error, or RMSE for short. And we've kind of failed to decrease that over the years. The idea for that metric is to get it as low as possible because it means you're recommending movies that are pretty accurate for that individual.
Okay. So you're just trying to always keep improving. You're just trying to make sure you're on the forefront, make sure competitors can't catch up.
That's exactly right.
Cool. So are there any additional financial benefits that it'll provide you guys?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if the Cinematch algorithm could be improved by 10%, it would generate between $60 and $89 million in annual revenue over the next 4 years. So yeah, there's significant financial gains to be had.
you can change something up that much just with, or add that much more value just with improving a recommendation system. I would have
Absolutely.
never guessed that. So these benefits are great, and I had no idea that the Cinematch algorithm played such a huge role.
I need to check that if it's done.
So why have you decided to trust the masses with improving your algorithm when it's such a critical part of your business and the IP within the algorithm being leaked by participants? Aren't you worried about that?
Yeah, so that's definitely a concern that we have to take into account. Any intellectual property obviously would be a legal issue that we need to address. We're even more concerned though about any customer data being leaked in an inappropriate manner. But we believe that taking on those risks is worth the payoff. That $60 to $89 million is definitely worth the risk. Now to answer your question about trusting the masses with this, I guess our biggest concern would be governments have been using contests for centuries, and it's been extremely effective. And even an example would be in the early 15th century, there was a contest to build the first dome without internal supports. So that was extremely successful, and it yielded a really cool solution. So I guess the successes of past contests and the innovation capabilities of crowdsourcing lead us to believe that this would be the best approach to improving the project.
Awesome. So have you settled on a prize for the winners or have any metric to determine who wins?
Yeah, so we've settled on offering a prize of $1 million for an improvement that matches at least 10%. So if we can get that 10% metric that we're talking about to get to that $60 to $89 million revenue enhancement, and if no one gets to 10% within a year, we're going to award $50,000 to whoever makes progress above 1% until someone finally wins, hopefully.
All right, cool. So just to clarify, you kind of want to improve the algorithm to get some benefits, somewhere around 70 million, and to the inventors of the algorithm, you want to award $1 million.
That's right.
Is there anything else that you want to ask, or do you have any additional information you want to share?
I guess just to emphasize the fact that we want this contest to include as many participants as possible. The idea behind it is that anyone with a computer and some great insight should be allowed to participate. We're trying to attract the best and brightest out there to generate the most innovative and the most effective solution that we can, just to improve our process and to give our customers a better product.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. I know you're a busy guy trying to figure out algorithms and run Netflix. So before running my story, I'll make sure and send it over to your people and make sure that Netflix is being represented in a fair way. Make sure there's not anything you don't want on there. So I look forward to talking to you then, and I hope you have a great time. Thanks for the talk.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Thank you. Sorry, guys.
Oh, you're fine.